Hello and welcome to Nine Honey's Crown Duels. I'm Natalie Oliveri.
And I'm Victoria Arbiter.
Victoria, Meghan has gone from working royal to lifestyle influencer, and she's earning a lot of money using her royal title at every step of the way. I would think she's cashing in on her royal connection. Would you agree, or am I just being mean?
So she's calling herself Meghan, Duchess of Sussex. And I know titles are a minefield. I appreciate that, but as a mark of respect, you call people by their correct title, whether they're a vicar or a doctor or a member of the royal family. But Meghan, Duchess of Sussex, that style of presentation denotes a royal divorcee. Diana, Princess of Wales. Sarah, Duchess of York. So it's odd that she's choosing to refer to herself that way. It's not correct. She's the Duchess of Sussex.
Should royal titles be banned completely when a royal is trying to do something commercially?
In a commercial arena, yes, probably. I think certainly some of the European royals have chosen to go that route.
Well, I think if they had one rule, things would be much more simple, and I don't think there would be all those calls for the royals to be stripped of their titles, as we see with Meghan all the time. But look, I want to mention the royal families across Europe where it's often much stricter. For example, Princess Madeleine of Sweden. Now, she's the youngest daughter of the king. She's written books and she has a skincare line coming out, but she has been banned from using her princess title in all these business ventures. I think if that happened with Meghan, people wouldn't be so negative towards her.
Yes, I think you're probably right. Now, I'm going to lean heavily on you when it comes to the European monarchies, because certainly not my area of expertise. Who banned her? Was that
Well,
her
it was
father?
her father, and it's interesting because the way she sells her business ventures is by using her private family name. Now, Meghan and Harry could do this if they wanted to, but they're choosing to hang on to the Sussex name. So I think in Sweden it's different because Princess Madeleine, is marketed as someone else. It's not obvious that she's a royal. Also, I want to point to Denmark. We have King Frederick's nephew, Count Nikolai. He is a very successful model and has been promoting things on Instagram for many years now. Luxury goods. He's very much an influencer, I think, like Meghan is trying to be. But look, he lost his prince title and was downgraded to that of a count. In Norway, again, the king banned his daughter, Princess Märtha Louise, from using her royal title in all her business ventures.
It's a great model, and yes, you said there's a precedent, but can you imagine if suddenly the headlines say King Charles strips Harry and Meghan of their titles or bans them from using it? He would be accused of being spiteful, malicious, petty, cruel. There seems to be a different standard when it's applied to the British royal family, and I think that's because they're more globally recognised. They have a stamp on so many more nations. When you think the king is head of 15 Commonwealth realms, he's head of the Commonwealth of Nations, that encompasses 56 countries. There seems to be a different standard that he is held to account, because I do agree. I think if the rule had already existed that said, okay, if you are not going to be a senior working royal and you're going to need to make a living, which they do, Zara Tindall, Beatrice York, Eugenie, then you cannot use your HRH, you cannot use your princely title. But that almost needed to be established before Harry and Meghan rode off into the sunset. I think that's what the late Queen was trying to achieve by saying you can't use your HRH, but perhaps she didn't go far enough.
Maybe royals shouldn't be influencers at all then, just to sort of take away any
Well, it's
question
interesting
about
though,
this.
because by the very nature of their position, in a way, they are influencers, but not for private personal gain. So, for example, the Princess of Wales, when she wears an outfit and it sells out, she's technically influencing, but she's not benefiting from it. So she is there to fly the flag for Great Britain, UK PLC, so they are global ambassadors for the nation. They are there to represent the country around the world. So in that respect, they're influencers, but not for personal gain. And that's the key factor here.
I think though sometimes these lower ranked royals really don't have any choice but to be an influencer, to get money, because it must be really hard for them to forge careers away from the main players in the royal family. I mean, what do they do for money? It would be weird to go and work at a business and be working alongside a royal, but sometimes that's what they have to do.
So Zara Tindall, prime example, she is someone who happens to be a phenomenal equestrian, competed in the Olympics. She's a perfect example of a member of the royal family. Granted, she was never titled, which has served her well, she's admitted that. but she was able to go out. She can have endorsements as part of her riding career. She's carved out a brilliant position for herself. Beatrice, she happens to be married to a wealthy man, but even prior to that, she was working for a software firm. She continues to work for a software firm. Princess Eugenie works for a gallery, but at work she's known as Eugenie York or Eugenie Brooksbank. I don't know if she's using her married name at work. Beatrice at work was Beatrice York. She wasn't Princess Beatrice of York. There are areas you can do it, but unfortunately for Meghan, she was a working actress, which is in the public eye. But she could go back to acting. She's chosen not to, but I think if she did, that film would bring in the numbers.
One other interesting point about royals and their sort of desire to be an influencer is just their use of social media and what really it can bring to opening them up to the wider world and showing a different side of them, making them more personal. And that's something that I really love about following all these European royals on social media, because it's a side of them that we don't see. And even with Meghan, she put that twerking video up, of course.
Oh,
who could forget?
Don't get me started.
That's going to be one of your favourite moments, right?
I know. So there are some things that you can just keep private, and that was one of them.